Meet the tardigrades that conquered space. When we talk about the most incredible creatures on our planet, it's impossible not to mention the tardigrades, also known as water bears or moss piglets. These microscopic animals have been around for almost 140 million years. They were part of a group of semi-aquatic invertebrates called Tardigrades, which means true bears. However, their name was changed from Tardigrades to tardigrades because of a Latin error. The term tardigrades means slow walkers, and this is due to their low movement speed. But what makes these tiny animals so famous is their ability to withstand extreme conditions, including outer space. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe for more amazing videos. Now let's get into the facts. On August 19, 2007, the European Space Agency, ESA, sent a capsule filled with various organisms to the International Space Station. Among them were 2 species of tardigrade. The goal was to see how living things would react to the radiation found in space. This experiment was important because future human missions to other planets could face similar challenges. To everyone's surprise, the tardigrades returned alive and well after spending 12 days in space. Since then, they've become the first known animal to survive in outer space without any protection. However, there's more to the story. During this trip, the tardigrades entered a state called cryptobiosis, which literally means hidden life. Cryptobiosis refers to a series of biological stasis or suspended animation states. It enables certain organisms like bacteria, fungi, nematodes, and even some vertebrates such as frogs to live in harsh environments. For example, one species of frog can survive underwater by slowing its heart rate to extremely low levels. Another bacterium found in hot springs can survive by reducing its metabolism down to 0.001%. This is a state of suspended animation called cryptobiosis. In the case of tardigrades, their bodies produce high concentrations of sugars and proteins that protect their cells from drying out while in space. This process is called anhydrobiosis. This also slows down their metabolism and allows them to live for long periods of time without food or water. In fact, scientists think that tardigrades can survive in a dried-up state for more than 100 years, until conditions become favorable for them to rehydrate again. This is exactly what happened with the 2 species of tardigrade that traveled to the International Space Station. After being exposed to space for 12 days, they rehydrated and came back to life when exposed to water. But the story doesn't end there. Not only do they survive space travel, but tardigrades can also withstand extreme temperatures, radiation, and even the vacuum of space. They're so tough that they can even survive being boiled alive. The toughest part of sending a spacecraft into outer space is keeping the organisms inside alive. Temperatures fluctuate wildly and can reach extremes of up to 134 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 238 degrees Fahrenheit. Furthermore, space has no atmosphere, which means there's no air or oxygen to breathe. However, in all these extreme situations, the tardigrade seems to thrive. Its ability to enter a state of suspended animation is a fascinating adaptation that has allowed it to survive for millions of years. So what else can these tiny creatures survive? Well, they can handle quite a lot. Tardigrades can withstand pressures, ranging from the vacuum of space to 600 times the Earth's atmospheric pressure. They can even resist a force 1,000 times stronger than gravity, meaning they can be thrown off a cliff or building and still survive. The secret behind this resilience lies in their body structure and the way they protect themselves. Tardigrades are made of 4 segments. Their head has a mouth, a brain, and light sensors. Their body has 4 pairs of legs with claws and sticky pads. These features help them move through moss, soil, and other moist environments where they live. One of the most remarkable things about these animals is their ability to survive in extreme conditions. They can withstand temperatures from minus 272 degrees Celsius to 150 degrees Celsius. Pressures ranging from the vacuum of space to more than 600 times Earth's atmospheric pressure, and even ionizing radiation doses of up to 5,000 gray. Humans, in comparison, die at doses of 10 gray. There's still much unknown about these creatures, but research suggests that tardigrades may even be able to withstand a nuclear blast. Some studies indicate that exposure to radiation might activate genes that play a role in repairing DNA and combating the effects of oxidative stress, while the exact mechanisms remain unclear. The radiation resistance observed in tardigrades could potentially be exploited in biotechnology and medicine, helping to protect against cancer and degenerative diseases. These small but mighty animals are truly unique, and their survival strategies are nothing short of incredible. There are many different species of tardigrades, and all of them live in water, usually on land. You can find them in temporary pools, lichen, soil, and moss. There are about 1,300 species worldwide, and they come in a range of sizes from 0.05 millimeters to 1.2 millimeters. Despite their small size, tardigrades have a complex digestive system. Although they don't have teeth, they do have a gut and can digest their food. Their mouth has 3 styles: a cone, a spear, and a tube. The cone and spear parts work together to pierce the skin of their prey, while the tubular part sucks nutrients out of their victim's body. Tardigrades are carnivorous, eating other microscopic organisms such as nematodes, rotifers, and even other tardigrades. They're also scavengers, feeding on dead animals and plants. Some species have developed specialized feeding appendages that allow them to consume algae and bacteria. Each female can lay between 1 and 30 eggs during her lifetime. Okay, now let's take a look at the tardigrade's potential to survive in space. As we've mentioned before, these creatures are incredibly resilient and have the ability to enter a state of suspended animation known as cryptobiosis. This allows them to survive extreme conditions that would normally kill other living organisms. So it's no surprise that they can survive in outer space. In fact, they were the first known animal to do so without any protection. But what really makes them special is the fact that they can survive the vacuum of space. This means that they don't need air or pressure to survive. Unlike most living things, this is why tardigrades can be found living in places like hot springs and in the Arctic where temperatures can reach as low as 15 degrees Fahrenheit. They also don't require oxygen to survive, which is why you can find them living in places like deserts where there isn't any available. Tardigrades also have a natural defense mechanism against cosmic radiation. They can repair their own DNA, which helps them to protect themselves from harmful mutations caused by radiation. This is why they're often used in scientific experiments involving space travel and radiation exposure. So it's clear that these little creatures have some amazing abilities when it comes to surviving in space, but it's important to remember that they're not invincible. If a tardigrade loses too much water or gets damaged beyond repair, it will die just like any other living thing. However, their ability to adapt and survive in such extreme conditions makes them truly remarkable creatures. Now let's explore some other animals that can thrive in outer space. First, we have to look at bacteria. Bacteria are single-celled organisms that can be found everywhere on Earth. They're incredibly adaptable and can survive in almost any environment, including outer space. In fact, bacteria have been found living on the International Space Station and in Martian meteorites. They don't need air or pressure to survive and can withstand extreme temperatures. Certain types of bacteria can also protect themselves from cosmic radiation by forming endospores, which are highly resistant dormant structures. Another organism that can thrive in space is yeast. Yeast are single-celled fungi that are used to make bread, beer, and wine. Like bacteria, they're incredibly adaptable and can survive in a wide range of environments, including space. In 1996, a strain of yeast was launched into space to study its response to microgravity. The yeast cells were exposed to cosmic radiation for 18 months and yet they survived. Finally, we have to look at nematodes. Nematodes are small worms that are found in soil and water. They're also incredibly adaptable and can survive in extreme environments, including outer space. In 1995, a species of nematode was found to be able to survive in the vacuum of space for several hours. The secret behind their survival seems to lie in their ability to slow down their metabolism drastically. As we can see, tardigrades aren't the only creatures that can thrive in outer space. There are many other organisms like bacteria, yeast, and nematodes that have similar abilities. While these animals may not be as famous as tardigrades, they're just as remarkable and deserve our attention. The study of these creatures helps us to understand the incredible power of adaptation and the potential for life to exist beyond our planet. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed learning about the amazing animals that can survive in outer space. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more incredible videos.